Okay, let's take this Land Rover 110 station wagon 200 TDI conversion for a spin. I've just done about 50 miles in this. I've got about another 10 to go. Ignition light and oil light come up properly, and the cold start light goes out the way it should. Starts beautifully, as you can see. No nasty smoke out the back, although so it is thoroughly warmed up now. Do get a very slight sort of vibration at idle, as if something, possibly a mount, is just touching somewhere else, but sort of resonance through the front of the vehicle just at idle, but just when you pull away it goes away. What can we tell you about this? Showing 198,000 miles. Obviously that's a bit irrelevant, as it's had a 200 TDI transplant. I think it actually started life as a V8 petrol, this one. Tell you about it as we slow down here. So I've done over 50 miles on it now. Just chugs along quite happily. Possibly a little bit of backlash in the transmission just when you take up drive. It just clunks very slightly, but not uncommon on these. Possibly the rear A-frame mounts not as good as they could be. But it nips along quite nicely, no problems at all. So it starts on the button. There's no hesitancy or overheating from the motor. Temperature gauge is sitting just at about a third at the moment. All the other gauges are working properly. It's quite a bumpy road this, so it's a little bit rattly, but it doesn't make any sort of unpleasant noises all round. Gearbox is nice. If you change rapidly down into third gear from fourth, you do get a little bit of synchro graunch. If you do it nice and slowly, no problem, or if you double declutch, but there is a little bit of synchro graunching into third gear, just if you do it sharply. I'll show you in a minute. Just there, just a bit of graunch if you do it quickly. As I say, if you do it slowly, it's not a problem over these speed bumps. Being a 200 TDI, it pulls with alacrity, shall we say. It's also got raised suspension on it. I think it's at a 2-inch lift, this one. Steering's quite precise, especially for a lifted one. It's not wandering all over the road. Track's nice and straight down the road. A few little rattles on it here and there, but you do tend to expect that with 110s. They've got so many windows and stuff in them. Again, a little synchro graunch there into second gear. Pulls nicely. Doing the usual Land Rover wave there to me. Rude not to respond, I guess. So it just chugs along quite happily. So a couple of synchro graunches, a little bit of backlash in the transmission, but chugs along quite happily. It's obviously got this aftermarket console in it with a radio CD. It's got power steering. It's got a winch on the front. All the controls are there for the winch. Yeah, just gets on with the job basically. There's no over heavy bumps. There's no unpleasant banging or clunking or groaning or anything. Just really sort of drives as you'd expect a 22-year-old 110 with 200 TDI power to drive. No funny whines or anything. Certainly whines that shouldn't be there. That's about it, I think. Not much more to say about it. My name's Simon. You can reach me on 0771 906 9353, or in the office on 0118 946 3352, or you can go to our website, which is www.motodrome.co.uk. End.